There are over 70 free vehicles and 9 properties that you can get in GTA Online completely for free. If you added up all the stuff I'm about to show you, the total value would be around $50 million. Money you'd have to spend if this wasn't free. And I bet that even if you're level 1000 or higher, there's definitely something in this video you didn't know about or didn't realize you could get for free. I will show you all the cars, planes, helicopters, apartments, garages, and more. For the most convenience, I'll be putting the best free cars in this garage, so you can better understand what kind of vehicles are free. Let's start with the cars and bikes first, and then we'll move on to free apartments and all that stuff. There are 22 vehicles in total that you can get for free from the internet. First, let's look at the vehicles from Legendary Motorsport. Here, you can find 8 cars and 1 bike that are 100% free. So, what I'm going to do now is pick the best cars and put them in the garage. I personally think the Elegy RH8, the Enos Windsor, and the Banshee are actually worth putting in there, so I'm just going to buy and add them. The Carbon RS is also a great first-time motorcycle, and it's honestly not slow at all. From the second website with cheaper cars, you can find another 8 cars and 2 cool bikes. But I think the only car that's really worth checking out from this website is the Sprunk Buffalo. Normally, I believe you'd have to spend around $400,000 for it, but since it's most likely free for the majority of people watching this video, we're just going to add it to the other cars in our garage. But there's also the Warstock website with military stuff, and you can find another 3 vehicles there. However, the Duco Death is quite frankly the only one that's really worth checking out. So, as you can see here, these are the coolest free cars and a bike that you can get from the GTA websites. And just a quick note, these aren't all the vehicles available, I just think these are the best ones, and are actually worth collecting. Let's jump to the vehicles you can find on the streets of Los Santos. For the first vehicle, go to this location and look around the Los Santos Customs. After a few tries, the vehicle I was looking for finally spawned, and it's a tuned Sand King XL. Getting such a massive truck is definitely not something I'd want to miss out on. But if for some reason it doesn't spawn for you, just try finding a similar truck to this one. That way, you might increase your chances of making it spawn more easily. After bringing this truck back to the garage, I went for the second car. In order to make it spawn, you need to keep circling around this area, and eventually it'll appear, just like it did for me. But there's one important detail. It needs to be at least 10 p.m. in-game time for it to spawn. So I took it and brought it back to the garage with the other best free cars. And now, for the third cool car that you can get, we'll need to go all the way to Paleto Bay and circle around this area. What we're looking for here is the Vapid Rat Loader. It spawns right in front of Beaker's Auto Shop. To increase your chances of getting it to spawn, try looking in a different direction, and once you're close to the spawn point, just turn the camera back around and it should be standing right there. If it doesn't show up, then just go about 1 kilometer away so the area resets and everything can respawn again. It spawned for me on the second try, so I went ahead and put full coverage and insurance on it, just in case I don't lose it if some oppressor kid decides to blow me up. After that, I headed back to the garage and saved it. Alright guys, now we've got 3 more cars in the garage, and here's how it looks now. These are probably the most basic cars you can get, but now it's about to get real crazy with the next ones. And the next vehicle is the Ocelot Virtue, an amazing supercar with insanely fast acceleration. Its top speed isn't the greatest since it's an electric car, but the way it takes off is just wild. I think the regular price for it is almost $3 million, or maybe even just over that. So getting a gift like this for free is definitely a win. To get it, you'll need to go to the Freak Shop, which is located right here on the map. However, if you don't see it there, it's most likely because you haven't completed the basic introduction mission with Dax. That mission will be marked as a yellow letter D somewhere around the Sandy Shores area. After you meet him there, the Freak Shop should appear on your map. And in order to get this $3 million car for free, all you need to do is complete all the missions with Dax. There are around 10 missions, and they really don't take that long to finish. Once you complete everything, you'll receive a message from Dax, and then you'll need to go to this location to claim your free supercar. This car is super useful, not only because it's fast, but because you can install armor on it and make it impossible for people to lock rockets on you. So this vehicle is really helpful at any stage of your GTA Online journey. Alright, let's bring it to the garage, I guess. And for the next car, you're going to need to own the Casino Penthouse, because only then do you get access to the special missions. And after completing those, you'll unlock this armored Bentley. To get it, you need to activate the missions at the Diamond Casino, and then actually complete them. I think there are around 5 or 6 missions, and the good news is that you can do every single one of them solo. It shouldn't take more than 2 hours to complete everything. This car comes with bulletproof windows and can also withstand one rocket, which makes it a pretty solid vehicle for missions or just cruising around in style. So yeah, this is basically a bonus reward you get after buying the casino penthouse. And for the next free vehicle, you're going to need to be in a public session with lots of players. The reason for that is because you'll need to call the mercenaries and send them to attack someone in order to get the car. This guy, unfortunately, was the closest to me. So without hesitation, I sent the attackers after him. After that, off-road trucks should start spawning with Merryweather guards going after your target. And all you need to do now is steal one of those trucks. There are two variations of it, one with a roof and one without. I was lucky enough to instantly get the roofless version, which I think just looks better than the regular one. Once you steal it, make sure not to forget to head over to LS Customs and buy insurance for it. After that, you should be good to go. And this is how our multi-million-dollar garage with every single vehicle we've gotten for free looks right now. And trust me, it's only going to get crazier with the next few vehicles I've got on the list. And in order to get the next car, you'll need to complete the Cayo Perico heist as the host. After a successful completion, you should receive a call from Dave, letting you know that your new car is ready to be collected. And it's this little Volkswagen-style car. Nothing too crazy, but it's not bad, you know? And this is the moment where the free vehicles actually start getting pretty expensive, because if you go into the career tab in the menu, you'll find some really good cars, but you'll need to complete specific tasks to unlock them. For example, there's a list of objectives on the left side that you have to complete in order to receive the reward car shown on the right. Some of these tasks are genuinely challenging, while others are a lot easier to complete. You can pause the video to read through each of the requirements yourself because I don't see much point in going over every single one. Alright, so those were all the career progress vehicles you can get right now. And yes, if you were paying attention, a literal Bugatti was in there. Unfortunately, I haven't played long enough to unlock that one yet. But instead, I managed to get these two cars pretty easily, since I think the missions for them were probably the simplest ones. So I'm just going to place them in our office garage, which, by the way, would already be full if you grabbed all the free reward vehicles from the career tab. If you never knew this was a way to get free cars, I definitely recommend checking it out, because there might be a gift waiting for you too. You never know unless you check. The next vehicle you get is unlocked after buying the nightclub, and that's the Speedo Custom. Now, you might think this van is useless, but it's actually pretty awesome. You can customize it to have a minigun, proximity mines, and more. And on top of that, it's surprisingly easy to make this vehicle nearly God mode, so you can definitely have some fun with it. Here's how our garage looks right now. If you want, you could probably collect all of these cars within about 10 hours of playing GTA Online. You've already got a guide on each one, so if you missed something, just go back and rewatch that part. But now, things change a bit. The next vehicles I'm going to show you are ones you can't technically own, but you can drive them for free whenever you want. And if that sounds strange, take a look at this. You probably have a ton of contacts on your in-game phone. By calling the right ones, you'll be able to request specific cars that spawn nearby and are yours to use temporarily. Here's what you can get. From Agent 14, you can request the Zion Classic, Granger, Mesa, Manchez, Varus, and the Caddy. From Dax, you can call in his custom trailer. From Franklin, you can request the Enos Jubilee, which is a fantastic car. And if you've upgraded your agency with the Vehicle Workshop, it'll even come armored. From Ms. Baker, you can request vehicles like the Windsor, Fugitive, Super Diamond, Dubsta, and Feltzer. And from Tony, you can get the Shafter V12 and the Patriot Stretch Limo. These are all cars you can use at any time. But remember, you can't store, own, or customize them. Still, they're a great way to get around the map for free. And one more thing. If you're in an organization, you can also request a few free CEO vehicles too. Then there are arena war vehicles, and since it's now easier to level up in the arena, you can actually unlock a few cool ones just by progressing. At arena level 25, you unlock the taxi. At level 50, you get the dozer. At level 75, the clown van becomes available. And at level 100, you unlock the Trashmaster. There are even more unique vehicles tied to arena levels, but unfortunately, they're basically impossible to get without using glitches. At arena level 200, you unlock the Barrack Semi. At level 300, you get the Mixer. Space Docker is unlocked at level 500, and the most ridiculous one, the Rusty Tractor, is locked behind arena level 1000. Personally, I haven't seen anyone with a level higher than 300, so getting the Space Docker or Rusty Tractor is nearly impossible in a legit way. Alright, that wraps up all the free cars and bikes you can get in GTA Online in 2025. Now let's move on to the free businesses you can unlock, and some of them are seriously valuable. First of all, there's a free bunker in Paleto Bay that you can claim at any level and start making money with right away. And here's how much you can earn per hour if you run the business efficiently. Then, there's the free clubhouse, located in Western Sandy Shores. Now, the clubhouse itself doesn't make you any money, but it unlocks access to motorcycle-related businesses. And out of those, the Cash Factory is completely free. And in my opinion, it's the second best MC business overall. Here's how much money it can generate per hour, again if you do everything correctly. Another solid business is the Acid Lab. Some people might argue that it's not exactly free, and yeah, technically that's true. But once you complete the setup missions, the game gives you just enough money to buy the lab. So at the end of the day, it's basically free. And the best part? You can make this much money per hour with it. It's also one of the top-tier businesses in the game because even if you play just 1 hour a day, you can still make around $500,000 daily. So, if you combine all three of these free businesses, the bunker, the Cash Factory, and the Acid Lab, here's how much total money you can make every hour. There's also a free office available on the Dynasty 8 website, but let's be honest, most players already know about that one, so we're not going to spend much time on it. Let's just move on to the next thing. Next, I'll show you a source of free weapons you can get in GTA Online, the gun van. It's marked on the map with this icon, and every day it spawns at a different location. If you don't know where to look, just search online for gun van location today or something similar. The point is, every week, there's usually 1 or 2 free weapons available there. Right now, as I'm recording this video, there's a free minigun. Last week, I think it was an RPG, so it's a great way to build up your arsenal without spending any money. Also, you can get a $300,000 weapon for free by collecting parts for it. On your map, you'll see these blue dots. Sometimes they mark crime scenes. If you find and collect parts from 5 of these locations, you'll unlock the M16 rifle, which is one of the best-sounding weapons in the game. Alright, now that you have a full 20-car garage, 3 solid businesses to make money from, and a reliable source of free weapons, let me show you all the apartments and houses you can get completely for free in GTA Online. Let's start with the garages. The first free garage is located on Procopio Drive, tucked away under a bridge. It's a pretty simple spot and it has space for 2 cars. You can purchase this garage directly from the Dynasty website. The second free garage is near the airport, and this one is a much bigger deal because it can hold up to 10 vehicles. Plus, it's located in a nicer, more scenic area, which makes it a great place to store your collection of free vehicles, for example, that I showed you earlier. These 2 garages alone can give you a good base to store your cars without spending. Moving on to apartments, there's a free apartment right in the heart of Vinewood. Now, this apartment might not be the most luxurious or high-class place in the game, but its location is fantastic. Being right in the center of Vinewood means you're always close to the action, with plenty of players around, making it a lively spot to hang out. The downside is that it only comes with a garage that holds 2 vehicles, which limits your storage a bit. Also, with the latest update, Rockstar introduced a free starter apartment in this area as well. This one is actually a high-end apartment, which makes it popular among new players who want to start off with a decent place that doesn't cost anything. Alright, now let's talk about the 7 free aircrafts you can get in GTA Online. First up, there's a free helicopter available on the elitist travel website, the Frogger. This little chopper is a fantastic way to get around the map, especially if you're still at lower levels and don't have the cash for something like the Oppressor yet. It's reliable, quick enough, and perfect for easy transportation. Next, we have the Dodo plane. What makes this plane unique is that it can actually land on water, which is pretty handy for water-based missions or just cruising along the coast. Now, it's not the fastest plane out there, in fact it's pretty slow, but it definitely has its uses if you're tackling missions that require amphibious capability. The third plane is the Cuban 800, which you get for free when you buy any hangar. This one's definitely faster than the Dodo. Plus, it comes equipped with bombs you can drop on enemies, making it a good option if you want some firepower along with your flight. Next is the Duster 300, a faster plane you can unlock by owning the hangar in Grapeseed. Once you have that, you can request the Duster 300 right from your hangar menu. It's a solid little plane for quick missions or just flying around the map. Now, here's a real hidden gem, the Super Valito helicopter. Normally, this thing costs around $3 million on a lightest travel, but there's a clever trick to get it for free. You need to own any agency first. Then, just ask your assistant to exit via helicopter and choose the agency Supervalido. Fly it over to your hangar and simply enter the hangar. Just like that, the agency Supervalido converts into your personal aircraft, letting you customize the color and request it anytime from your menu. The last two helicopters are unlockable through the Career Progress and Rewards tab. These are the Attack Buzzard and the smallest helicopter, the Havoc. Both are really handy choppers you can get completely free just by playing and leveling up. And that pretty much wraps up all the free stuff you can get in GTA Online. Of course, there are hundreds of free liveries, clothes, and cosmetic items, but let's be honest, most people don't care much about those anymore. I tried to keep this video as straightforward and no BS as possible. If you found this helpful, I'd really appreciate a like or a subscribe. Also, feel free to drop a comment if there's something you think I missed or want me to cover next. Thanks for watching, and if you want, check out this next video. I promise it's worth your time.